Today's video is for all the guys who came up during the Neural DSP and STL Tones era of amp sims. While those are both really great companies that make incredible sounding amp sims, there's an old one that you guys really need to know about. It is not an oldie but goodie. This thing is an oldie but greaty. Let's talk about it. So if you don't know what amp sim I'm talking about yet, I'm talking about the TSE X50. This is a PV5150 kind of 6505 amp sim, and this thing is absolutely incredible. The PV5150 and 6505 Plus sounds, those are some of my absolute favorite amp sounds, and I think this plugin emulates those better than pretty much almost any other plugin that is on the market right now. The first time I heard about this plugin was actually from Brian Hood of 456 Recordings. He has a really old video on YouTube, it's like 7 or 8 years old, about an amp sim sound that doesn't suck. And in that video, I saw him using the TSE X50. I immediately bought it 7 or 8 years ago, and like I said, even though it's super old, I still think it holds up with pretty much any other amp sim on the market right now, especially when it comes to that iconic PV5150 sound. And on top of all that, this plugin is absolutely feature packed. It has a stomp box section for your overdrives, compressors, and stuff like that. And then it has multiple ways that you can edit the amp, so you can change the power amp tubes. It has really great cabinet impulses in it. Just right off the back, the stock cab Rs are really great. And there's an effects rack for reverbs, delays, and tuners, and EQs. And this thing is only $50. You can go on TSE's website right now. I don't know if they're still updating the plugin or not, but you can go on their website right now and grab this thing for $50, and you will be just absolutely satisfied with every sound that you get out of that plugin. So now I want to take a look at this plugin in the context of a full mix, and then we will hop into Logic and take a look at some of those features I was talking about. Let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so here we are in Logic, and this is what the TSE X50 user interface looks like. Obviously, it is a PV5150 amp, and I'm on the default settings right now. Haven't changed anything. I will note that I'm using THU's pitch shifter, but this is what the plugin sounds like just by default. Let's take a look at a couple of features really quickly. I want to look at first this automatic input gain. So it has like this learn switch on the input gain, which is actually pretty cool. So yeah, you just play as hard as you're gonna play, and it learns the correct input for it to sound its best. Like I said earlier, the TSE X50 has several features. They have a stomp box section, preamp section, power amp section, cabinets, and an effects rack. So I want to take a look at the stomps. We have this one noise gate. There's aren't really any compressors, just the noise gate. Then you have several different distortion pedals. Obviously, I like to go for the TSE 808. Obviously, that is an Ibanez tube screamer. Then we have, see here, this rat pedal. So that's if you want to do some like really nasty Will Putney type breakdowns, you'd want to throw that rat pedal on there. There's that, and then we'll take a look at the preamp section. You have your pre-gain. There are 2 different channels. More of like a clean, bluesy channel. And then there is the red channel. And then, honestly, this amp is extremely easy to dial in as far as the preamp section goes. I typically will just do it the way, kind of really the standard way people like to dial in 5150s. They'll throw the lows up, bring the mids down a little bit, and throw the highs up. And that's already just like the most standard PV sound ever, and it sounds really, really great. So let's take a look at the power amp section. Like I said earlier, you have the chance to change your power tubes. You have some 6L6s and EL34s. See if that makes a big difference. Yeah, I think I like the 6L6s better. Then they also have this bias. Sounds like there's a little more low end on this side. Anyways, that's cool. Let's go ahead and go to our cabinet section. I really like this, just the list of the cabs that you have. TSE X50 comes with a lot of really cool cabs from a bunch of really, you know, kind of cool companies. So you have all these companies and then you can blend them in. So, you know, and then it has like this analyzer of the spectrum of the cab impulse itself, which is pretty cool. So if you wanted to enable another cab though, you would do that. And then you can, you know, blend the volume of the two cabs and then kind of the master, which one you prefer the most. I used to have a 6505 Plus whenever I was playing live. And to me, this amp sim sounds the most like I remember my 6505 Plus sounding. Take a look at the effects rack. It has different delays and has one reverb. Let's clear the effects rack of all those. And then it has this EQ that is used pretty often. I have a couple of presets from Brian Hood, and he uses this on both of those presets. And that brings me to the preset manager, and have these presets from Brian Hood. This is one from the one on YouTube. And then his mixing course, this is a preset that you get with that. And actually that Brian Hood FSTG is the preset that I used for the demo you heard earlier. So yeah, that is the TSE X50 plugin. Like I said earlier, like I've said multiple times now, it is just jam-packed with features. You have stomp box section, some delays and reverbs with a tuner and an EQ at the end. Several different ways you can affect the preamps, the power amps, and you can save presets and download presets from some of your favorite users if you can find some people who are using this plugin. Let's go and wrap the video up. The PV5150 is one of my absolute favorite amp sounds, and I really think that the TSE X50 recreates that sound better than like 99.9% of the plugins on the market at the moment. With all the features that come with TSE X50 for only 50 bucks, I don't think there is a better value on the market at the moment, honestly. A lot of the plugins we see nowadays are well into the hundreds of dollars, but for 50 bucks with a stomp box section, multiple ways to edit the amp, the cabinet IRs that are just really great, and then the FX rack, it can't be beat. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please hit that like button as well as the subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next video.